Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. It's me, Robyn, back at it again with the animation reviews. I hope you're all having a good week. Happy Wednesday. Did I say that already? It's possible. I hope that you can all hear me. I hope that you can all see me. And I am gonna just get down to business here. So the person whose portfolio that I'm giving feedback on today is Ophir. Let me see. Let me just get your portfolio up. And you are a contender on the rookie site. So let me just share my screen here so I can show everybody the reel. I hope y'all can see that. It looks as though you can. Fantastic. Okay, let me just scroll down here. Okay, I'm going to play this through for you as usual so you can see everything the way it should be seen.
Oh, you didn't tell me. What? Never mind.
Do you guys hear the sound when I play it? So that you can see the lip syncing and stuff. I sure hope so, because that would kind of be a waste. Let me know in the chat if you can actually hear the sound from that when I play it. Okay, cool. So let me go through it step by step as usual. If it will play. There we go. This is so super cute. I love this little piggy. So adorable. I love how soft and fluffy the hair looks. The texturing is super rad. Like every little detail, it's just so cute and so great. Sorry, my computer's being super slow today. I really need to replace the hard drive with an SSD because I'm going to die from how slow this is. Okay, so you can see that cute little piggy. If I'm going to be really picky, I would say that the highlight on the eyes, you can see that there is a highlight from the lighting, and then there's also like quite a hard highlight that looks like it's been textured onto the eye. There we go. So you can see, Sorry, picky. That hard highlight over there, those guys. I don't really think that they're necessary because you do have like a really beautiful little highlight over there already, which gives the little piggy like such cute like depth of emotion and life in her or his eyes. So those hard highlights kind of detract a little bit from it, I think, because this entire scene and environment depends so heavily on the beautiful lighting and stuff. So it just feels a little unnecessary, and it kind of takes it out of the treatment of this. It would work better if you had quite a flat shaded sort of scene here. Then it would look fine to have those hard painted on highlights. But in this scene, I think it would actually just look better without those probably. So kind of, yeah, I think it just gives the pig a bit more depth of emotion. It looks more lifelike, more realistic, because the lighting and shading that you've got here is pretty realistic already. It's not super cartoony. You've got this great detail in the textures, and it's all just, oh, and that the clothing is incredible, like the unwrapping of the clothing, the pattern, the texture, everything, it just looks so incredible. So I think you don't really need that hard highlight painted on there. It's doing fine without it by itself. If I'm being super picky also, maybe I would just have a bit of, you know, like subsurface scattering on the ears a little bit, but I mean, that's probably just a personal thing. And maybe you've got all these elements here separately, and I'm just looking at the chimney. I would maybe add a bit more, like maybe a bit more of a roughness map on the chimney, just to give it a little bit more of a rust feel over there, because it's quite nice and shiny the whole way around. And it looks quite beaten up, so maybe just a little bit more roughness over there, a little bit more rust. But on the whole, it's a fantastic scene, and I love it so much. This little mummy is very cute, very well done. You definitely get the vibe of like he's really tired and dead. There's some nice weight to his walk, the way every limb has its like offset. I like how the arms are not mirroring each other, like they're slightly offset here. That's a great little detail you've got over there. Everything about him is very cute. Very well done. This scene too, very, very nice. Super emotive. You've really got her emotions down there. I mean, there's this guy asking, what is he saying?
Never mind.
She's like, oh, he didn't tell you. And that dude's like, tell me what? So she's like disappointed that this guy didn't tell this other dude whatever it was. You can see that disappointment in her face over there, but she tries to act all perky and pretend it's all chilled, but then you see that little frown as she looks and slams the door. It's really great emotions portrayed here.
Never mind.
Very well done. Nice little details with the eyebrows, the eyes, those eye dots.
Never mind.
That awkward smile she gets trying to act like it's all chilled. Very well done. So this shot is very interesting. It's quite a different treatment for a bust. It's very cool how you've got those very painterly strokes, and then it's kind of going into your 3D model. So it's a very unique treatment, but I would almost prefer it without those paint strokes, because in and of itself, it's a very well done bust of a person. The face is beautiful. It's very well modeled. The hair is great. It's styled really well. The texturing's good. Everything's really great. And I get that you wanted to sort of have a unique treatment here, but it just seems like they are two very far worlds apart. So the very painterly, almost like oil painty strokes, they're very rough. It's almost like an impressionist sort of treatment there, because there's no detail or anything. And then it sort of comes very quickly into, they sort of cut off here, and then it's very quickly into this very finely, beautifully, perfectly rendered and textured 3D face. And you've got all these like hair strands with this amazing detail and everything, but it's a very far cry from this around here, like this very, very undetailed, rough sort of paint strokes. So I would either try and integrate the two styles a little bit more, so bring the strokes up and gradually sort of morph them into the 3D model. So maybe in the texturing of the actual 3D model, you could bring in a bit more of this sort of roughness into the texturing here to make it look a little bit more painted and not so smooth and airbrushed. And also with the hair, I would treat the hair different probably, because the amount of detail that's in like actual strands of hair is very different to this almost impressionist sort of style. So I would maybe model the hair and texture that actual geometry in a way that reflects this painterly style, if you want to go with the sort of amalgamation of two very different treatments, artistic treatments, if you get what I'm saying. So I would either have the bust by itself, this amazing 3D bust, it's fantastically done, or I would just try and amalgamate the two styles a little bit more so that they're not two complete worlds apart of artistic style, just so that they can meld together a little better. But again, it's fantastically done. That's just my opinion here. Oh, and also here by the neck. So you see the neck is here. This is where the geometry of the neck is. But you've got this behind it, and they're very, very close together in tone. So it kind of just, it confuses the silhouette a little too much. Whoops. Stop there, please. Okay. It confuses the silhouette a little bit, so you don't have the like nice clean line of this beautifully modeled neck, because that paint behind it is really just muddying up the silhouette a little bit. So you don't get that beautiful elongated line of the neck, which is really quite important, I think, in this bust with the angle that it's at and just the way she looks, the poise and stuff. So I would take away these paint strokes behind her neck, or at least darken them a lot so that your eye is not getting confused between the two. This is also very beautiful, fantastically done. That change of light is really, really great. I would just watch in this part the hotness of this light shining through here and also through the curtains. You're losing quite a lot of detail over there. The cushions as well, you don't notice as much in the daytime shot, but as soon as the light changes, you notice that the creasing on these pillows is just a little off there. It looks quite, oh gosh, refreshing session. It looks quite rigid and hard. It's almost like the cushions are made out of paper or something. Usually, you know, with a pillow that's stuffed, you're not going to actually have these creases going right into the middle. The creases usually stay, oh my gosh. The creases usually stay towards the edge of the pillow. And then I noticed here in this daylight shot over here, these shadows over here, I don't know if it's the ambient occlusion or what, but it's just getting a little muddied over there. They're a little too dark and a little too gray. But otherwise, another brilliant, brilliant shot, brilliant scene. Very beautifully done.
Surely those are old wives' tales. And believe me, I've known plenty of old wives.
This is also great, very expressive. I love that part at the end. That's so hashtag relatable, that feeling.
Tales. And believe me, I've known plenty of old wives.
I would maybe just have a bit more happening on the inflection of old wives, like a bit more of an eyebrow quirk or a bit of a head cock or just something to show, because there is that vocal inflection on it and it's like it's a punchline of a joke or something. So I would just add a little more of a something there just in that part, like old wives or something, you know, old wives.
Surely those are old wives' tales. And believe me, I've known plenty of old wives.
Yeah, just a little bit of a something there. She does have a slight eyebrow quirk there, this eyebrow, but I would exaggerate it a little more. But maybe raise it a lot more and raise the other one to have the eyes open a little bit more and just a little bit of a cocking of the head there. And just watch like rig limitations over here where her hand is bent like this. The hand's looking quite deformed. This can often just be because of like the axis that the joint was rotated on sort of warps the model. So maybe just try and do it on a different axis or something. I'm not sure. I obviously haven't used the rig, but just, yeah, watch stuff like that with rigs. That's a lovely shot. I don't really have much to say on it. It's very cute. It's got good timing. Very nice. And I love how it lands on the beat of the actual track. It's very well done. Okay, this shot, I don't know if it's meant to be like a realistic shot. I would think not. But I would just, the sesame seeds are quite bright. They stand out a lot. So I would darken those a little and also just have a bit more variation in the tones of the sesame seeds. Obviously, they're organic materials. It's not like a man-made thing, sesame seeds. So there's a lot of difference in tones and stuff across the different seeds. And then I would just maybe like add a bit more of a roughness map, just so that the bun is not so glossy all over. The same with the onions and the tomato. They're a little too perfect. And the bun over here, you've got the specular highlight here, but this is where the bun would have actually been cut. So definitely wouldn't be so shiny over there. This is good. Don't really have much that I would say here. Very well done, cloth. This shot here, all I would really say is maybe that the walls look a little unrealistic, like that's very specular and shiny over there. I'm not sure what material they're supposed to be, but I would have a little more roughness in those as well. The floor is very nicely done though.
So Rachel, how did you guys meet? Such a wild story. So I was on an elevator, and so was Teddy. No, great.
So I would just say here where she gasps, I would let her have that time to gasp and take in that deep breath, because it's quite in your face, that very deep breath. And she does take the deep breath, but the arm comes up at the same time. I would offset those a little bit. So have her take the deep breath and then have her bring up the arm.
Such a wild story. So I was on an elevator.
Yeah, so be like, so I was on an elevator. Very nice fingers though. Expressions are really great. Lip syncing's really good.
And so is Teddy. Oh, that's the whole story.
I really love his expression there. That's funny. And the way she looks at him. That's very good. Cute little octopus dude. For this mini, I would just say the mini is looking a little flat. So maybe just a little bit more specularity, a specular map on the paint. I know it's really worn paint, so it wouldn't be super shiny, but there'd be still some remnants of that gloss overcoat in some spots. So I would maybe just do that. Maybe also just a little more specularity on the hubcaps. And the lights, I'm not sure if the lights are turned on. They're very bright and it looks like they could be turned on, but there's no glowing coming from them. So I'm assuming that they're not turned on. So maybe just slightly less bright lights there. But it's a fantastic scene. There's a lot of detail and it really does look very good. So that is it. That is the reel. And a fantastic reel it is. So very well done. you should be very proud of yourself. It's, yeah, I said it. I mean, it's a really, really good reel. So well done. Hi, Maniac Design 44. I'm sorry if you said that a lot earlier. I only saw it now. But hey, thank you for watching, everybody. I hope that this was helpful, as usual. And you got some good tips from it. Oh, it looks like my screen was showing like halfways the whole time. There's like that top strip and that bottom strip. I don't know why that happened, but I'm sure it was okay anyway. So thanks for watching. I hope that that was helpful. I hope that you got some good feedback on that and that it helped you guys learn some stuff. I'll hopefully be back next week, Wednesday, with another reel or some more shots to give feedback on. And thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to check out my YouTube channel, it's just Robyn O, where I also give advice and tips and stuff about the animation industry, getting into the industry, what sort of stuff you should have on your reel, what sort of stuff you should look out for, just general advice about the industry, really. So that might be helpful for you. Thanks for watching. Catch you all on the flip side. Have a great rest of your week.